Like I've spoken about in this past 2 3 days, I've been experiencing some frustration with like a lack of progress, and it got me really irritated and sort of I find myself I found myself in quite a negative state, and I didn't really realize like what the origin of it was. Just that I was kind of well, the symptom, let's say, were just that I was irritated. I found it to be boring. I didn't really want to go exercise or train. I was kind of thinking like, what's the point? Nothing's gonna happen. Like it's all shit. And what I kind of realized, and speaking about this in the videos has definitely helped me sort of discover it, was that it might have just been a symptom of me being ready to expand my training and increase the intensity and just level up, let's say. And I believe that could be a thing, you know, when you're not being challenged, things just get mundane and boring. And of course, you're not gonna see any improvements just with the same load and same intensity as before, you know. So that's sort of what I've decided to do. And one thing that I realized, and it was a conscious decision not to think about it in the beginning, was my diet and my sleep. So the reason I didn't put any effort or energy into it in the beginning was just that I knew that if I was gonna think about everything at the same time, I would just end up dropping the ball on all the things. Like, if I would do it all simultaneously. So I decided that I would start to just get in the habit of exercising and doing the exercises. I set the 100 squats as a daily minimum, and everything aside from that will be just a bonus. So I kind of decided that I would do my diet next, and I've actually been like thinking about it for longer than the past few days, like how I would do it. And the idea I always get, and you probably know what I'm talking about, is that you decide that, or you think to yourself that, okay, tomorrow or next week I'll just start eating healthy, and I'll just eat healthy for the rest of my life, and I'm not gonna eat any sugar, and I'm gonna remove all the like bad things from my diet, yada yada yada. And I mean, that seldom works. That's why everyone is just a fat piece of shit, you know. So I decided to take the same approach as I've done with the exercises. So what I'm gonna do to begin with is just, I've added a column to my Excel spreadsheet, and that column just says candy. And at the end of every day, I just fill in that row for the day, yes or no. So if I have candy, I just say yes, and if I don't have any candy, I say no. And I'm a big like evening muncher, you know. I at like 8 o'clock something switches in my brain, and I just start craving like sugar, like candy, chocolates, potato chips, soda, all of that stuff. So just to sort of become more aware of it, I'm just gonna say yes or no. And obviously, like, it's a positive thing if I say no, and if I say yes, I had candy today, well, okay, that's not the end of the world. And this, I already feel that it's like it's just a little barrier for having candy. So because I know now that if I have candy, I will have to say yes, I had candy, you know. So it's just adding just that tiny little extra barrier, tiny little layer of effort and a little sacrifice, just an instant sacrifice if I want to have candy. Because like I've spoken about in a previous video, is the thing that, you know, like the difference between instant gratification and long-term gratification, let's say. And when you eat candy, you get instant gratification in a sense that you feel nice, it tastes good, you get a little endorphin rush, and but the long-term the long-term effect is bad, but you don't feel it right now. So by adding a little short-term effect that is negative to having candy, which is that I just have to admit to myself that I ate candy today, and that so I won't be allowed to check no in the box. Yeah, hopefully that will do just that will be the incremental step in the right direction, let's say. So that's what I'm hoping, and I'm already feeling that. So yeah, that's what I've started to do now. Just wanted to share that. I guess there's not really much else that I wanted to say today, so I'll just leave it at that, and I'll check back in tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace out.
Zmazywać.